What if Fem Deku was Cozy Glow? Part 4, the first day of UA. Cozy Glow is currently in a car heading towards UA, with Clara in the driver's seat. We'll be there in about 10 minutes, ma'am. Thank you for agreeing to be my driver for the day. Of course. After all, I'm the head of security for you. And unlike those people your grandmother hired, I am more qualified. That is true. You've been a great help. Thank you. And now that's a change of pace. What? You praising me? Well, you're one of the reasons why people that have grudges against me don't do anything, so I do owe you that. I'm just simply paying back a debt to you, ma'am. There's no need for, well, you to praise me. As she just chuckles. This is why I consider you a friend. So, what will you be doing once you're at UA? Well, I won't be able to see you for a while, since I can't do any of my duties as I'm an official student at UA now. Yes, that is a downside for you going to UA. Guarantee grandmother's going to love it. Shall I take over for your affairs while you're in the UA? You can, because I know they won't allow you into UA. They're only allowing their faculty and parents. Which is really annoying that she won't let my own security into UA, saying it's too secure and it will be enough to protect me. If anything, that incident outside UA should have proved that they had too, well, light security that day. In fact, I have to show up with this cast on my arm. Consider it a, I guess, incompetence from their staff, I would say, ma'am. You are going to have to keep up that face of yours. Gotta play little goody two-shoes. Gotta make friends. Blah, blah, blah. That's not gonna help me with All for One or any of them else. Especially, what am I gonna do with the meetings of foreign affairs? Like, I have a meeting next month with one person in particular from foreign affairs. And this may get in the way. Well, first off, you could take the day off, as, one, you are the Hero Safety Commission President's daughter, and if it comes to something like certain business, the school will understand. That is true, but grandmother will get suspicious of why I took the day off. Not on that particular day, as you have a meeting with foreign affairs, and your grandmother lets you handle it. Because she doesn't want to handle it herself. You know the other safety commissions don't really like her, so she avoids interacting with them at all possible. Yeah, I know. So she just dumps the work on me. Which doesn't, well, I don't mind, it's because I'm making friends. As Carla just simply laughs. Friends? More like alliances, ma'am. That is true. As she smiles. Well, I suggest you do be careful. You will be going to do like some sort of training for the first day, most likely, since you're in Mr. Eraserhead's class. The pro hero. You have a fair point. What am I going to do? It's going to be a pain keeping up that whole goody two-shoes act in his presence. Well, you're going to have to stick with it, ma'am. As they start pulling up. Now, unfortunately, I'm not allowed past the gates. Well, I guess I have Actor to discuss with. Yes, in fact, I don't know what name he's going by, so you're gonna have to ask him about that. Yes, you may go. As she hops out. Of course, she walks into UA. Oh, and before Carla drives off, she steps out of the car for a moment. Ma'am, you forgot this. As she runs over and gives her something. What is this? It's just a number of someone that you might be interested in. I will keep that in mind. As she puts it in her pocket. As Carla leaves, and Cozy Glow Deku walks into UA. Of course, being the Hero Safety Commission president's granddaughter, she is respected within UA, even though she hates the school. As she starts walking towards the class, such big hallways, is this really necessary? Like, I know students have big quirks and all that, but there's no way there's a giant in the school. As she walks to the Class 1A door, even the doors are huge. Man. As she opens the door and just sees Ida arguing with Bakugo. Great, we have someone that's, well, going to be irritating to deal with. As she walks in, of course, she has a cast. She simply just walks by people and just simply goes to her seat in the back. As she sits down, as people are discussing why she has, well, her arm in like a case. You know, because she can't move it and all that. As one of the students goes over, excuse me, and it happens to be Ida, why is your arm all bandaged up like that? If you know, I was in an accident a few days ago. Happened right after the exams. Oh, well, I do apologize. For my rudeness, but shouldn't you have healed up by now? You could have gone to the nurse. Here at UA, there have essential, well, medicine and all that. I have my own doctor, thank you very much. You don't have to be rude about it. I didn't mean to be rude, my apologies. I just simply had my own doctor, and I simply trust him more. Oh, well, I guess I can understand, as he walks away. As Momo noticed her. No way. That's the granddaughter of the Hero Safety Commission president. She knows this because, well, her family's rich. As everyone's just sitting around and all that. As then, Eraserhead gets up. Excuse me, could y'all quiet down? Only one of y'all noticed me. Wait, who noticed you? Why, it was Cozy Glow in the back. As she raises up her hand. Yes, that would be me. Now, well, if you go put on these gym uniforms, we are going to the training site B, I believe it was. As they go to the the changing room. And of course, they change and all that, and Mineta still gets poked in the eye by, Juro's ear jack? And, well, he writhes in pain on the floor. And, truth be told, Cozy Glow had turned and covered her wing over her mouth as she was just giggling. Now that was funny. I guess UA is going to be a bit interesting than I thought. Well, I haven't talked to Actor yet. He's also in the class. As they walk out back to the field. Welcome everyone. Today we'll be doing a quirk examination test. Only one of you are, well, dismissed from the test activities. As Ida raises his hand, isn't that unacceptable? Like, shouldn't all of us take it? Well, the only person being exempted is the person with the injury, being Cozy Glow. As she speaks up, sorry that I can't take the, quirk examination test. As They ask, how'd you get that wound on your arm? Or the cast? Well, she was tempted to get assassinated, Eraserhead says, shocking everyone. Why would someone try to do that? Because she's the granddaughter of the Hero Safety Committee. As everyone's shocked, as she looks at Momo, who said it. It looks like some people know who I am. As she walks over her way just to observe. So what's so important about her if she's the granddaughter of the Hero Safety Committee? Well, truth be told, if she got kidnapped, so they could potentially, well, hold a giant ransom because of her mother. Or have her do uncertain things like give information. Being that her grandmother is the head safety committee president. She has a high place. She's even the youngest to take office in the Hero Safety Committee. As there she's so shocked. Wait, she has a place in the Hero Safety Committee? Yeah. You didn't know that? As Shoto speaks up. Yes, in fact, she's done digging and has even dropped by the, Endeavor residence once. In fact, it was for a meeting with, my mother, but the staff told her that she was at the hospital, not at my house. So she simply just took a drive over to the hospital my mother's at. Why would she go to y'all's residence? Apparently, she wanted to discuss something with my mother. It was most likely business with the Hero Safety Committee. So what? It's not like she has a big place in it or anything. You're wrong. She basically does foreign affairs. As Aizawa speaks up, and that's enough. Yes, she does foreign affairs and speaks with other nations. As her grandmother's too busy with current events happening in Japan. As she hears this. Yeah, events that don't really concern her. And that aren't really that big to take all her time. She's just working on her stupid projects. As then we see a student with a green cloak approach. Well, Cozy Glow, it's been a while. Why, hello, what's your name? As she knows his name, but he doesn't want to say it because he's in disguise. Why, it's Jacob. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. They're trying to make it like they never met. So what are you doing here? Truth be told, well, I got in by sheer luck. I managed to get enough points to get right on into this class, and it was up there. It was up there in points, but I got lucky enough to hit the last spot. So yeah, I heard about your little incident that happened. So how are you recovering? Oh, well, you know. It's just a, broken arm. It's almost healed. Well, that's good. A little tip, as he whispered. Don't go to the USJ. As she looks over, and giving a little bit of a glare no one notices. As she just simply replies with an okay. Well, anyway, it's about your turn. As he goes up to throw the ball, as he gets a good, right above Bakugo's score, which irritates him because I want it to. As he gets mad and all that, but he can't do anything. Aizawa. As the tests continue to proceed, as of course she had to participate for a few of the tests, like the run, the side jump, but anything that meant using her arm she could not do. So like the ball throw, the strength test, and a few other tests that involved using her arms, she could not. As they finished, as they go to get change, as the girls start gossiping, so what do y'all think of the guys? As, Cozy Glow doesn't really care. As she continues to change. Well, Shoto is Endeavor's son. How you know that, Momo? Well, I had met him in the recommendation exam. I also saw Cozy Glow there. Yeah, so what do you do in the foreign affairs? Oh, I just meet with some officials. Nothing that important. You get to meet with people from other countries. Yeah, and I get sent out of the country as well. I'm like, that's a big fun. Why do you sound like it's harder than it looks? Because it is. You realize you're leaving the country and going to a place you've never been before. And with only a handful of security at that. Truth be told, right after the exam wasn't my first experience with an attempted assassination on my life. Is there surprised to hear it? What, you mean that wasn't the first one? No, there's been quite a few others. Although they're usually stopped by the security detail before they get even close. So this one was the most risky and closest attempt to succeed. Still, it's scary that people are going after you just because of your grandmother. As she scoffs in her head. Yeah, like that's just what it's all about. Just because of grandmother. As the regular people don't know really much about her, it's really the underground people, like All for One, and the secretive people, like Hero Safety Committee, and a couple others, that really want to get rid of her. Some of them want to get rid of her because of how well she's connecting with other countries. Like, villains want to get rid of her so that she cannot call aid, like extra heroes from other countries to help in case of a time of need. So, what should we do, as we're going to be heading back to class? Well, I suggest we get back to class as she finished changing and all that. And, of course, her school uniform has it to where her wings are out and all that. As she simply walks back to class and goes to her chair. As they discuss a few more things. Well, glad the day's over with. As she gets up preparing to leave. As Aristocrat says, Cozy Glow, I need to talk to you before you leave today. As she sighs, why, of course, teacher. As she walks up, and what might that be? Your grandmother has asked for you to stay in the dorms. As she just simply says, really? I thought she would tell me herself about this. Well, she was supposed to. But then I got a call from, the faculty got a call from her saying that she would be staying in the dorms. Or told me to tell you that. I see. Typical grandmother. Never wants to talk to it to my face. Always through messages. What's the deal with that, you and her? Well, you see, ever since my mother passed, me and my grandmother have not been on good terms. And it's kind of just stayed that way, where it's a distance type relationship there. I see. But she sounded a bit worried for you. When the assassination happened. Yes, she might have been. But this wouldn't be the first time I had dealt with assassinations on my life. Yeah, I heard. I heard that just last year, someone tried to assassinate you when you landed to another country. Yeah. Truth be told, there were 3 assassination attempts throughout the entire time I was in the country, but that wasn't revealed. That was all in her head. Well, anyway, your stuff's already been brought here by your head of security, so it has been taken to your dormitory. Why, thank you. And could you tell me the name of the person that brought it? I believe it was Clara, and then someone else also dropped by, leaving a case. I believe his name was Steve. Toss that case into the trash. Why? 1, I don't have a bodyguard named Steve. For all I know, that could be a bomb. As he realized, his eyes widen. Yes. So, if you would, please investigate the box that he brought. I will be heading to the dorm. She leaves, as Aizawa goes to investigate the box. As truth be told, just like Kozuko said, it was a bomb. As, of course, they inform the Hero Safety Commission that there was another assassination attempt on her life. Of course, this information did not get out, because technically a bomb got past UA security because they trusted the Hero Safety Commission, to where one of their own was trying to kill her. Spy from All for One, perhaps? As she's walking to the, dormitory, as she runs into Actor. Actor, what are you doing? I simply just needed a chit-chat for you. So why did you tell me not to, go to the USJ? One, you know it very well as I do, they're most likely gonna make a scene there. So I recommend you do not come that day. Lucky for you, I have a meeting with the Foreign Affairs that day as well. So I guess I get off lucky. Yes, lucky. I suppose. But I'm about to say they'll probably try to kill you at the USJ if you did show up. Oh, I have no doubt about that. All for One's been looking for plenty of opportunities to kill me lately. In fact, they even got a bomb through UA staff and security. And how is that? They're being too trusting with the Hero Safety Commission, that's why. Luckily, they disarmed the bomb I had predicted was in the package delivered by a person named Steven. How do you know it was a bomb? One, because the only person I allowed to bring me my things is Carla, my dear friend. Very well. Well, I have nothing else to discuss with you on the matters. Just don't let your guard down. You know I have never let my guard down, especially on these matters. As she walks to her room, as she enters, as she just rips the brace off her arm, as she starts moving it. Finally, I can take it off. As she moves her arm around. Now tomorrow I can actually continue with it without it on. Now what to do? I can't do anything while I'm here at UA. Guarantee that's what my grandmother wants me to do. She can't keep me away from foreign affairs forever. She knows that. For one, I want to leave this country for at least a year. So All for One can do whatever he wants for that time. And one, grandmother won't get on my ear about it, because I wasn't there. And she knows I get a lot of things, and that I have a small connection with him. Etc., etc. She's always a bit overprotecting, worrisome, yet never cares. That isn't some way to talk to your grandmother. Well, what else should I talk to her about? All for One. As All for One's in the dormitory. Well. You seem that you're not really on good speaking terms with her. Of course not. I assume that bomb was your doing. Yes. And no. That one was actually sent by someone else. But I know that you were behind the assassination attempt on my life about a week ago. Yes, that was me. What do you want? After all, I heard that you said you would want to leave for a month or even a year to let me do my thing. Is that true? Maybe. She smiles. How about this? I'm going to call in that favor. As she grins. You're going to call in that favor? Yes. But you have to do something for me as well. What is that? all due respects, I want you to prevent all help from outside of, well, Japan from coming to help it. So that's what you would want me to do to call in that favor. So that's what you're going to use it for? Yes. I can certainly try, but there will probably be one hero that I won't be able to stop. One I can convince about every other agency out there. There's just one hero that has a connection with All Might that I don't think I could prevent her from coming to Japan. So what are you planning? Well, that's none of your concern. So if you manage to leave the country, well, say after the sports festival, and you stay gone, I promise I will stop sending assassins after you. So I leave the country after the sports festival. You never see me again, and that favor and debt is done. Yes, after all, you would have settled your family's debt. She just glares at All for One. So that's why you want me to do a big part in your plan, just so that the others don't interfere. Precisely. As long as I get to take my subordinates with me, I don't care. I admit, the whole reason you're alive is because you have some trusty followers. Of course. In one way, I have to say, we're both, well, the same in that regard. As he chuckles, you're right. We do have some loyal followers on our sides. And we don't trust each other in the slightest. Precisely. But my really concern is how you got past security so easily. Oh, I have my ways. So what do you plan to do with me after your plans are done? Because I know for sure you're probably not going to stop those assassination attempts. You even may if you say it. Trust me, once I have Japan, I won't need you anymore. No help necessary. So as long as you stay out of the country for the rest of your days, I have no problem leaving you alone. But my position and power is all compromised. That is true, but it's not like you can't rise up the ranks in a few other heroes associations, as guarantee the others are, well, in other countries would gladly take you with open arms because of your connections. That is true. They would most likely hire me in a heartbeat if I asked to join them. Because your negotiating skills are top-notch, which makes you a fearsome enemy. But having you call in that favor means I don't have to worry about anything else other than the heroes in this country. Fine, you have yourself a deal. You break this deal, you'll regret it. Because I don't plan to just sit around and watch my plans go to garbage. As All for One starts to chuckle. I knew keeping you alive would make things interesting. Especially, your little Pegasus quark is a threat. Oh, what? You learned something about my quark makes you want to have it now? Not really, but it's still a bit of a threat considering how much speed you can get up when flying. I can go pretty fast to rival Hawk's speed at full flight, you know. Yes, I have to admit, that's very fast. But you still are no match for me. As she looks away, just stop with these assassination attempts. Fine. After all, I'm calling in this favor. and you betray or reveal this favor to the Hero Safety Committee or the heroes, I will personally come take your life. I have no plan in doing so. As she looks to the side, now get out of here, or shall I report you and reveal that you're still alive? To All Might. Fair point. I'll be out of your hairs. As he simply just vanishes. I knew the security was garbage. As soon as I walked in the place and they sent that package. There's no way they could have stopped him, no matter how much they bragged about their security. In fact, security at my office is tighter than this. I guess it's time to go to sleep. As she goes to sleep and shuts her eyes, as she envisions what it would be like if All for One had never attacked her or attacked her family. She would have grown up with her parents and would have lived a happy life. As she wakes up the next day, why does everything have to be a pain to deal with? Even waking up in the morning is a pain. I find no joy in anything anymore. All because of that man. As then she noticed her phone's ringing. Hello? This is Carla, yes. I apprehended the man that sent the bomb. Thank you. Where is he now? Currently being investigated by your grandmother. You handed him over? Yes, unfortunately, her security was also there, so I could not eliminate him. I suppose that will have to do. Listen, I'm going to be out... Well, gonna be leaving for the, events on the day of the USJ for that meeting, right? Yes, you'll be gone all day. Good. I don't want any part in All for One scheme he has going. Also, prepare packing your bags by the end of, well, the sports festival. Why is that, ma'am? I will tell you when I'm properly in a secure location. Why do you say that? I don't know, because I had a little visit from All for One last night. As her eyes widen, are you alright? Of course, he didn't do anything. He just called in that favor. Oh, well that's good. Luckily, I won't be able to see him ever again after I complete it. So after that, me, you, and, well, actor, maybe Moon if he proves to be still useful, will be leaving the country. And my security detail as well. And also the maids and anyone that's been in my service. I will inform them to prepare their things. Good. Remember them. Keep it low-key. I don't want my grandmother just finding anything out about this. After all, this is one of my secure lines I'm using. Yes, very well. As she hangs up. Well, it's good to see that the school's not going to be around for a year. Wait, I don't think the school has a year before it's destroyed. As she puts the phone in her pocket. Well, better prepare for class. As she gets up to go to class. And that's the end of What Female Deku Was Cozy Glow Part 4, First Day of UA. Make sure to like and subscribe.